Hello, I'm Tim Durham Sr. with Durham's Bee Farm. We're in Walls, Mississippi, and we have a website. We're a small beekeeping farm, owner-operated bee farm. And we do have a website, and down below I'll show you a website, durhamsbeefarm.com. And we sell, I've got children and grandchildren to feed, and so if you're into buying bee pollen and propolis, then we appreciate it. We have two wonderful products that we invented. Wonder Salve for shingles, for diaper rash, for any skin problem. And then we have Canker Rid for canker sores in your mouth. And I guarantee you, it is wonderful for any sore in your mouth. It is absolutely wonderful. And that's a fact. All right. We're going to go into one of the beehives that I did almost a month ago, did a direct release, and we're going to see if they accepted her. And I pray. I've never lost a queen doing it this way, but there was a viewer that sent an email and said that they lost several queens trying to do it this way. And by his email, I don't think he completely tried to do it the way I had it in my last video. At the end of my last video, I showed you how I did a direct release. And to my knowledge, I've never lost a queen that way. Okay. About a month ago, lacking 2 days, we requeened these two hives. We're going to go into them today and see if they accepted them. In my last video, I showed you how I did an immediate release. If you go to YouTube and type in Walls Bee Man, WALLSBEEMAN, you will see all my videos. Now this 2-chamber hive, I introduced her the traditional way, but today we're gonna do a video on this single brood chamber hive, and I did an immediate release on this one. So we're going to go in and see if they accepted her. If you watched my last video, I sprayed the queen with this sugar syrup and Honeybee Healthy in it. I sprayed the queen, and then I opened up the screen and so I could get her out. I did an immediate release. So I hope and pray she's in here. She is marked yellow. The marks don't stay on very long. It's really not worth it to get the marks on them. All right. I don't see any hive beetles on that inner cover. That's good. That's good. All right. Now I'm gonna let a little smoke. Look here. All of y'all can do this. Every person watching this video can do this. It's not rocket science. All you have to do is enjoy it. That's the only requirement. I'm going to let a little smoke drift over the top of them. And I'm going to take out the outside frame first. And if I find the queen, and I pray I do, I'm going to try to hold the camera where y'all can see her real good. Now this is the outside frame. And okay, now this is the outside frame. I don't see any eggs. It's a little cooler today. That might be why they're not happy campers today. It is cooler, and that might be the reason. That would kind of surprise me. I'm going to leave that smoker be handy. Alright, now, here we go. This is the next frame. Alright, now, I don't know if you can see this cat brood in the center. So, I'm thinking they did accept her. I'm looking for eggs. Once you learn what eggs look like, once you spot them, you will not have any trouble seeing the eggs. Once you see what they look like a piece of rice, but much smaller. All right, now I see. I'm looking for the queen, and I see eggs and larvae. Now this queen is going to produce yellow bees, and as a rule, human nature, people like yellow bees. I do too. The queen is easier to spot when they're yellow, and there's cat brood on that one, and she's got a yellow dot on her, so we'll find out. This frame here is kind of not straight. I am very confident that they accepted her. And one beekeeper emailed me and said that he tried to do that immediate release and he lost several queens. And the way his email read, I don't think he did it like I did it. I think he did it a little different. Now, when you're looking for the queen, if this makes any sense, don't look at each specific bee. Just look in general. If that queen's on there, your eyes will gravitate to her. Now she's got a yellow dot on her, and this year the dot is yellow. Each year it's a different color. It represents a different year. I'm surprised we hadn't found her by now, but I'm confident. I'm confident she's in here. Woo, there she is, baby. Oh, thank you, Lord. All right. Now, I don't know if I'm holding it so you can see her. Do you see? See, I don't know where'd she go. Right there. And my finger is kind of pointing at her. She has a yellow dot on her. It's partially worn off. Look, she's over there kind of by herself. I hope I'm holding it where you can see her. She's a pretty thing. Oh my. She's beautiful. And this is the Conan queen. And they don't run and hide from you. See, she's just crawling around. I hope that I'm going to move this frame around here and hope that you can see her. I'm kind of pointing my finger at her. Oh, she's a pretty thing. Thank you, darling. Thank you, Lord. Woo! I knew she was in there, but you just like, you know, it's like when you come home to your wife, you like to see her. You know what I mean? Same thing here. Ain't much different. Well, yeah, a little different, but you know what I mean. Alright, and I thought maybe this was going to be a little aggravated. They got me 2 times on the ankle. I made a mistake and wore black socks, and they're all over my legs. But oh, that's wonderful. Alright, well, I hope y'all enjoyed this, and one person asked, what's this vent here? You want a vent on your hive year round. year round. You want to vent your hive, and especially in the wintertime. All right, well, if y'all enjoyed this, go down there and click like and all that good stuff, and then in a few days we'll try to make another video on the other hive that I released her the conventional way. If y'all have any questions, let me know. I try to answer all the questions. Bye. Let me show you, first of all, most beekeepers want to find the queen, and there's different techniques that you can use. And I'm going to give you a little example that will help you. If you have a brood chamber that consists of 2 deep bodies, you can take the topping off, put a queen excluder on top of the top brood chamber, then put your second brood chamber back on there. So what you're doing, you're putting a queen excluder between the brood chambers. An egg hatches in 3 days. So in 4 days, you can go back into the top hive and to the top box, the top brood chamber, and if you see eggs in there, and you'll learn what eggs look like. Once you spot them, you got it. It's not rocket science. But if you go into the top brood chamber, and if you see any eggs at all on the 4th day, then you know she's in the top brood chamber. If you do not see any eggs in the top brood chamber, then you know she's in the bottom brood chamber. All right, now I'm going to get up and I'm going to show you 2 swarm boxes that are real nifty. And all right, this is a cardboard box that reams of paper come in right here, and makes a wonderful swarm box. Now you can't see it, but I jabbed a bunch of holes in it for ventilation. And then down here at the bottom, you get a razor blade, cut your little rectangular. That flap goes down. Now you got your entrance there. And it's nice and light. Does a wonderful job. Excuse me. Now I got the hiccup. Now here's another way. Get you a 3-gallon bucket. This is a 5-gallon. Get you a 3-gallon bucket. Cut most of the top out. Glue you a screen around that hole, and when you get that swarm in that bucket, you put that lid on there, and they can get ventilation and breathe through that screen. Plus all the bees that's flying around that you didn't get in there, they'll land on that screen. Alright, this is personal, it doesn't have anything to do with bees, but we live in the country. A lot of y'all don't. And, the country preachers, they still baptize in the creek. You know what I mean? Some of you know what I mean. Anyhow, our preacher, he was baptizing a bunch in the creek, and we was all on the bank and everything. Well, here come this drunk. I mean, he was drunk, stumbling through the woods, and he walked right down there in the creek, where the preacher was baptizing, and bumped into the preacher. And the preacher turned around, and boy, he was taken back with the smell of that alcohol. It was strong. Preacher knew what it was, And so the preacher asked the drunk, said, do you want to find Jesus? And the drunk said, yes. So the preacher got him and baptized him, brought him up. And the preacher asked him, said, did you find Jesus? And the drunk said, no, I didn't find him. So the preacher grabbed him. Preacher grabbed him again, and down he went, Left him a little bit longer this time. Brought him back up. Preacher asked the drunk, said, did you find Jesus? And the drunk said, no, I didn't find Jesus. Well, the preacher getting a little taken back, a little perplexed now. So the preacher grabbed him again. Boy, down he goes. You know, you got to get all of them under the water now, not just your head. You got to get your toes and fingers. You got to get them all under the water. So anyhow, he grabbed him again, and down he went. Well, this time he left him about 30 seconds. Now, I'm telling you, 30 seconds is a long time. And that drunk, boy, he started wailing and kicking his arms and legs, and you know, he's running out of air. And so he brought that drunk up. He said, "Did you find Jesus?" Well, that drunk, he wiping the water out of his eyes and coughing up water, you know, and trying to get his breath. You can imagine. And the drunk asked the preacher, said, "Are you sure this is where you lost Jesus in the water?" Because he couldn't find him. Oh, well. All right, y'all have a good day. If you have any questions, let me know.